We were drowning in debt, we barely saw our kids, and we knew we had to do something better. Welcome to the channel. We are the Northern 4 on tour. I am Josh.
I'm Steph, and we are currently travelling with our 2 children, Isaac, who is 5, and Amaya, who is almost 1.
Isaac's over there, and baby Amaya is here. In this video, we are going to share with you why we chose to leave the UK and the experiences that we've had and the lessons that we've learned throughout the experience so far. And hopefully we can motivate some of you guys to do the same thing. Let's get into it.
We are currently in Cyprus, and it's a Saturday morning, and we're just on the way to Nisi Beach in Ayia Napa. We are also going to get a bus for the first time since being in Cyprus, and we did try the other day, but we didn't have any cash, which now we know from obviously learning that we need cash to get on the bus here. And we're going to get the bus to Ayia Napa, which takes about 15 to 20 minutes from where we're staying in Capri. So we're just on the bus now to Ayia Napa. As soon as we arrive at Nisi Beach, we will go into the reasons as to why we left the UK.
So we just got off that crazy bus. We're in Ayia Napa now.
We survived.
He was driving like an absolute lunatic. But yeah, look. Famous Ayia Napa.
So the plan has changed just slightly. We got off the bus because that's where Josh wanted to get off. So we've got off and it's lovely. There's a few things open. We've spoken to a few of the people that obviously work and live here. Said that everything's going to be open in like the next 2 weeks. But it's a 45-minute walk to Nisi Beach from here, isn't it, Josh?
It is. I didn't realise just how far it was, so we're going to head to a more local beach. It still looks beautiful, so we'll see what happens.
Somewhere new to visit as well, which is great. I'm so obsessed with the cat. Say hi, kitty. Hi. Hello, baby. Hi. Oh, she's so soft. Isaac, say hi.
Oh, she's so soft.
I'm still yet to meet a Cyprus cat, but these will do for now.
I'm not even a cat person at all, and to be honest, I've come to Cyprus and I didn't like cats at first, and now they're kind of growing on me. But I am highly allergic, so I can't go up and touch them. But they are the nicest cats I've ever come across. There's no, they terrify me in England. But here, they're just so nice, aren't they? And they're well looked after. All the Cypriots look after them really, really well. And yeah, they're just beautiful cats as well. They are. Some of the cats that you see here are like, yeah, I've never seen anything like it before. So yeah, Cyprus. If you come to Cyprus
and you love cats,
then it's the perfect place. So you can probably guess the main reason we left the UK was due to financial struggles. There was a time when we would have been ashamed to say that we were struggling financially, but now with the state of the UK and the direction it's heading, I think more and more people are openly admitting that they are struggling financially in the UK. We had constant debts, and no matter how hard we tried to save money, it felt impossible, and it felt like there was always someone trying to take more money from you. As soon as we figured out a way to save money, a new bill would pop up or bills would increase, and it just got too much for us. We had to find new ways to earn money. I had to work a lot of overtime.
I was working 2 jobs. It was just horrendous. We never saw each other.
And yeah, it was just a never-ending problem. And it was only until we sat down and thought, rather than chasing more money and spending less time with our children, what if we earned less money but we didn't have to stay in the UK? And at the time it was all in theory, you can only read things online, but since we've started travelling, so far I can say it's been the best decision for us financially that we could have ever made. The cost of living here is much lower. You can do a lot more free things. For example, we're here today on the way to the beach in Ayia Napa, and for the whole family it's cost us €3 on the bus, which is £2.20, something like that.
Yeah, £2.20, and then I've just got a Smurf ice cream.
Beautiful ice cream, by the way, not like tacky out the box, out the freezer stuff, like homemade ice cream for €2. So and everyone's so friendly here. The sun is beaming, it's glorious. So yeah, financial struggles was the main reason we left, and so far we feel we've made the right decision.
Basically, in the UK, I especially felt like I was chasing time to spend with my children, and as a mother, it is really hard to know that you have to work so much and wait until 5 o'clock to then spend maybe a couple of hours with your child after school when they're going to be tired, and it's just constantly chasing time with them. And since traveling, we've realised that, you know, in Spain and in Cyprus, like, work is integrated into their life. Like, they're not in a rush to do anything, they're always, like, you know, doing things at their own pace, and the kids are always with them, and it's just so refreshing and so nice to see that you can have both. And if you are really thinking about leaving the UK, these are the reasons why we left the UK, because we were chasing something that just seemed so impossible. But now that we've got it, we really want people to understand that it is possible. Awesome.
On the back of financial struggles in the UK, a big part of the financial struggles that we faced was childcare costs, more specifically nursery. Nursery in the UK is anywhere between £900 and £1,200 if you don't get any government support. And we were finding that more and more families were struggling to get granted the government support. So, you know, if you're working full time and you're taking home, let's say £1,600–1,700 a month, and you're a single parent, you've got £400 or £500 a month to live off. It's just not feasible. We got speaking to a couple on the beach the other day here in Cyprus, and they were saying their monthly full-time nursery costs, including meals for the children, was around €350. So that's probably about £300, if not less, and that includes meals. So when you compare the differences, you know, there's an increase in costs, but are the UK just taking the mick out of families? Are they just shafting families wherever they can find possible? Because there's a big difference there. We're not talking £100–200. We're talking a comparison of a weekly rate in the UK is the same as a monthly rate here in Cyprus.
So there was obviously so many lifestyle restrictions that you have in the UK, like the weather, it's atrocious. It's just, you never know if you're going to get a summer or not. Like, it's not great, and everything indoors is just like really expensive now. Like, it's, you know, if you wanted to take Isaac to a play area, you're looking at like £10 just to get into the play area, and that's us just having one child that we had to pay for. I couldn't imagine having more than one because it's just so expensive. But here, it's like the weather is just always amenable. Like, there's a lot of things to do outside. Like, there's parks for the kids, there's outdoor areas for the adults, a lot of history, a lot of culture, a lot of scenic things to go and visit. And the weather is just always lovely. I think it's like 30 days whilst you're in Cyprus where it rains, and their idea of rain in comparison to what we have in the UK, it's not the same. Like, in the UK it just rains all day every day for days on end. Here it has a rain, and then a few hours later you go outside and it looks like it's not even rain. So it's just different. But yeah, the weather is a massive difference to our lifestyle choice, and it's been great knowing that we can go out every day and spend very little. Hey.
Say hiya. Although we have plenty more reasons to why we left the UK, the final reasons I'd like to touch on are the political unrest that's in the country at the moment. And yes, it's not going to be a civil war, I don't think, and you know, it's a very safe country in comparison to some other third world countries, so you know, I'm not whinging about that. But you know, we don't really know who to trust anymore in government. It feels like whoever comes into power just has their own interests at heart, and the real people, the working class people who struggle, and the middle class families are getting affected now as well. You know, it feels like the government just don't want to help us. It doesn't matter what they do or what they say, there's just always going to be problems. It feels like the UK is going down a very slippery slope right now, and on top of that, the crime rates, you know, it's obscene. Every day you're reading in the news that some teenager's been killed, or you know, you watch these videos online and kids are being bullied and harassed, and the police don't even know how to police anymore, and it's just becoming a major issue in the UK. And you know, having 2 small children, it just didn't feel right bringing them up in the UK at the moment, and we just felt if we had a chance to take them out of the UK, then we would do. And you know, even the Cypriots, even the Spanish, all the internationals that we've met, you know, have all said that they've read horrific news about the UK. So it's not just the UK that's hearing this news. You know, they can't believe what they hear about London and the stabbings and the shootings, and it's not the place it once was. So as much as we've got these reasons to leave the UK, we're not completely against ever returning. But I tell you what, we're in no rush to go back.
Maya! Hi!
Hello.
Say
Hello.
The realism of travelling with kids is that, you know, you plan a day out, you go to the toilet as soon as you get off the bus. We came straight to the beach, and Isaac then demands that he has to go to the bathroom again. And Maya is now saying nom nom because she's hungry, and Isaac's always also hungry. So if you are travelling with kids, just know that everything that you plan goes straight out the window.
So we've just been to the bathroom, haven't we? And we've found a beautiful restaurant. It's called Limonaki. Amaya! Say Aiya. So we're gonna get some food. We're gonna check this place out, and then we'll head back to the beach and we'll tell you a bit more. Rather than just talking about why we left the UK, we're going to teach you a bit more about what we've learned whilst being here and our future plans. So yeah, we're going to tuck into this food and then we'll get right into the next part of the video.
Second cocktail I've had in months, so let's see how that goes.
What do you think, Isaac?
Amazing.
That food was absolutely amazing. Like, look, I polish my food up and I never finish my meals, and we just went to the back to go to the bathroom, and we just found like a pool that you can use, and Maya wants to go to the pool, obviously.
Isaac wants to go to the pool.
Yummy.
Are you screaming?
Madam, what's that noise?
She wants ice cream.
It's a fish net. Yeah?
She wants ice cream. But yeah, there's as I was saying, sorry, we digress. There is a massive pool in the back that you can use, and there's like a little kids pool, there's like a play area and everything. So we're gonna go check it out.
So noisy, this photo.
3, 2, 1.
So we've just finished up at this beautiful place. I highly recommend it. It's got the pool in the back that you can go to. The food was 10 out of 10. It was reasonably priced as well. Very good value for money. Isaac's now having a few minutes on the park. Steph's with the baby down there. But the next part of the video is going to be about what we've experienced so far and the benefits that we've experienced, and how we feel so far about the decision we made to leave the UK. And this is a classic example of the benefits of leaving the UK and travelling, is we can make decisions on a whim. So we planned to go to Nisi Beach. We ended up stopping 45-minute walk away from there. We was then going to go to the beach near the port at Ayia Napa. Then the children decided that they had Isaac needed the bathroom and Amaya needed some food, so we then found this restaurant. We had some beautiful food. Oh wait, there's a pool in the back. We then went for a nice swim, and it's taken up most of our day, but yeah, it's been brilliant. We've just been doing things spontaneously and we've had so much fun today. It's been really good.
I feel like I've been at a spa for the first time in God knows how many years, which is great.
Yeah, it's been really relaxing. And yeah, let's get into some more points about the benefits of travelling. So how else has our life changed since travelling and leaving the UK? Well, there are a few things. I'll point out a few first that I think are important, and then Steph's going to talk about other things that she's found to be important as well. But for me, I would say number one is more family time. Back in the UK, I was working very long hours, very stressful hours in a small office, and it was too much. And now I get to, not just on weekends, but I get to enjoy time with the little ones and with beautiful Steph as well.
Not the wife yet.
Soon to be. I popped the question. But yeah, just overall we get more time together, and it's really important. We've really bonded. We're like a little tribe now, not just a family. So that's really important. The second thing is we're just less materialistic. We have had to pack our whole lives into 2 suitcases. So as much as we see things and we go, oh, I really want this, I really want that, it's trained us to be more appreciative of the things that we've got, and to realise that there's so much rubbish out there and junk that you just don't need. And finally for me is better mental well-being. That's for everyone. The UK just has this thing where I just felt like it was dragging us both down. I mean, even Isaac was crying towards the end. Before we left the UK, we sent him to school for a few weeks, and you know, I know it was stressful for him, and it's stressful for most kids, but he was coming back crying some days, and it was just a very stressful time. And yeah, me and Steph, we argued here and there, as all couples do, but since being away we've barely argued at all. We don't even argue. We're just much happier, and we feel freer. It feels like a big weight has been lifted from our shoulders. Yeah, it's a strange experience, because funnily enough we spend so much time chasing more. Humans have got this nature to just chase more and more and more, and it's just so irrelevant. The less you have, and the less you have and can be happy with, the better your life is overall.
See, to me, like, I agree with everything that Josh has said, like everything that he, you know, says has changed since we've been travelling, I agree with, but things that really mean a lot to me as well is definitely the children's development. Like, one thing that I was really anxious about prior to us leaving the UK was, is Isaac going to struggle to socialise? Is he not going to have friends to play with? Is, you know, his academics going to be, like, you know, held back? Like, all these questions that are very, very, you know, relative to leaving the UK. And since doing that, all I've noticed is that Isaac's development has skyrocketed. He will speak to anyone. Doesn't matter what age it is, what background they are, nothing stopped that child from speaking to them. Even animals. He speaks to cats, he speaks to dogs, he is such a social butterfly. It's so amazing to see. And Aiya, she's loving people, interacting with her. Like, since travelling, everyone's so obsessed with Aiya and Isaac and just so interactive with them, and it's just so refreshing, because I don't, you know, I'm just speaking for myself here, but back in the UK it wasn't that common to have people come up to you and like hold your baby and be so like interested in your children's like life and what they're thinking about. Like, it's just so nice out here to have that. And then going on from that, the meaningful connections that we're obviously getting whilst travelling, we're meeting so many different people from different cultures, different backgrounds, and it's just an amazing experience. Like, we're really delving into different cultures here, and it's just so nice. And then thirdly, the flexibility that Josh gets with like working remotely is amazing. Like, we're spending more time together. He works during the day, and then once he's finished work, it's just family time. And we're really calm now. We're really grasping what it's like to just be in the moment, and it's just amazing. So they're my points.
So there are also a few, I would say, downsides to leaving the UK, but so far the upsides completely outweigh the downsides. So yes, we do miss family and friends, but we've found that the family and friends that we miss the most, they're the ones that have stayed in touch the most and made the effort to communicate with us. Some have even come out to see us, and it's not been that bad. Obviously we've not gone that far yet. We do plan on going further at some point, but we're still in Europe, quite accessible. We're still 5 hours in Cyprus away from the UK, but the you know, my mum's coming down to visit us in a few weeks. We might even have a few friends that are coming to visit us as well. Friends that we actually met in Spain. Yeah. Shout out Anton and Trish. But yeah, they, you know, although we do really miss these people, the people that we miss the most have stayed in touch with us as well. So I can't really think of any other negatives. There are a few things we could be really finicky about, you know. When you go shopping, there are certain brands and things that you miss, you know, certain foods and things, but overall we're much healthier, we're walking more, we're eating better foods. I mean, who knows, we'll do an update on this video maybe a few months from now and see where we're at then. But overall, there is nothing that we can say that can drag us back to the UK. Nothing is dragging us back at this point. So yeah, we'll see what the future holds. And just before we finish this video, I want to talk about how other people can do this too. We didn't do this overnight. This is something that took nearly 2 years of planning. And what I would say to people is, you can do it too. We was in nearly £20,000 of debt, and we will go into how we escaped that in future videos as well. But you know, we're just a working class couple who found a way out, and if we can do it, believe me now, anyone can do it. I would just plan to go for a year or two first, and then once you're out of there and you're out of that situation, it's up to you then to make that sustainable. But yeah, you can do a lot of work in 2 years. So if you can plan to escape for 1 or 2 years, go from that point onwards, and it's possible with kids. We're living proof of that. But yeah, hopefully you've found this this video interesting and helpful, and if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments below and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Bye bye.